Beautiful. So I actually, 40-foot leaks. I actually was not planning to operate anymore or do any more demo dissections, but then I actually saw Dr. Sindwani was in here, and I saw him, he got a hole in the crib, in the ethmoid here. So I'm going to close the CSF leak that Sindwani created here. But otherwise, yeah, so I'm kind of ad-libbing right now. So getting all this bone out, but essentially looking what we are at, sphenoid, that anode that we showed, that again, actually, Dr. Sindwani did show that nice optic canal there. And so let's say, joking aside, that you're doing a case and you do get that leak. This is exactly like that video that we showed, right? So what are we looking for here? We look at, okay, we've got a bony defect. We've got a dural defect. So that's your white there, the dural defect. So if you get that, the first thing you're going to do is remember we talked about, we're going to pack it off, we're going to think about it, we're going to say, okay, is this something we can fix? We're going to go through all those factors we talked about fixing. And if we can fix it, we're going to go ahead and fix it. And that's what we're going to do today. First thing you would do, and these cadavers, honestly, you'll probably already be done, but you want to strip all the mucosa around there. So make sure that all this mucosa, and again, ours is already done, but you want to strip all that mucosa around it. Once you strip the mucosa around it, again, you can really see where our bony defect is and where our dural defect is. So then the next step is, what are we going to use for grafts? As I told you before, I typically tend to use some sort of dural matrix. You could use fat that you can harvest anywhere from the belly. You can harvest it from essentially the post-auricular region, or you can get a little temporalis, fat and fascia, if you want as well. But you can use anything you want there. And then you want an overlay layer that you're going to get there. So overlay layer, as we talked about, in most scenarios, a nice free graft will work. I love the floor free grafts. So if we were going to get a floor free graft, it would be down from here. That's sickle knife go. Oh, here, sickle knife. So if you're going to get a floor free graft, and I came up here a little bit earlier and created this a little bit, but where I like to go is, so if you feel back, this is soft palate back here. You don't want to be back there. You want to stay on this hard palate bone here. So if you get back there, you'll get into tissue that you don't want. But anywhere on this hard palate bone, you can come all the way till you get to this premaxillary tissue. So you can go all the way up to here, anywhere from a size-wise that you want from a free graft standpoint. For our sake of ease, we'll just kind of go here. My pods, mucosa is always a little bit tricky in these cadavers, but essentially you want to come through here. If you have a needle tip bovies, nice. Otherwise, beaver blades work really well. And then the other thing that's really, really important, either here or when you take this out, thank you, is you want to mark the mucosal side. Because we really want to make sure that mucosal side is the side that you're going to put on the outside, not on the inside. So once you've created that, then you can just elevate that nice little graft like this. Let's see if we get it all up. And again, either mark it beforehand so you know which side's the mucosal side, or make sure when you take this thing out that you're keeping the laterality of it so you know where to go with that. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'll take that. This should work. I can that straight. So we have it. Thanks so much. 3:30. And we'll just kind of tear it here just to get that graft going. So these grafts are small. They're really not huge grafts. You don't need anything big there, but essentially you want a nice little graft there. And then here, I tore it a little bit, but we'll see. And we'll see if we can get that graft going or not. So that'll be a free graft there. The other option is if you want to raise a small little nasoseptal flap. I did also kind of mark it out a little bit here, but essentially nasoseptal flaps. Here's your sphenoid ostium. Here's your choana. We know that it's a posterior septal branch of the internal of the sphenopalatine artery is coming through here. So any graft in this area is what you can take. And so you could elevate, make an incision up here. You can see I've kind of made this incision already. And then you would also make a posterior incision. Like you can do whatever size you want. I just did a small one just for the sake of time here. But essentially you can elevate this little graft like this. And this is a graft also, or the flap, sorry. Very nice. You can elevate up, and you could lay that over. This one's going to be a little small, small lengthwise, so you do want to take it further up. Again, these cadavers, none of this mucosa does very well, so you tend to kind of use it like that. But then what you can do is whatever size you want this flap, and you can make it much longer, you can elevate it up and like lay it over there. Again, I made it much smarter. We didn't want to mess with anything. We've got the drill out coming up. But essentially that graft, you can elevate it up, and with the right length, it'll just lay right over there. So then what you want to do is you will take, what are those scissors? You can take a little bit, like we said, like that synthetic graft or whatever we're going to take. And then we're going to take some, just a Raytech real quick, just to use that. Thanks. This should be fine. Oh, that's interesting. What's that?
Sorry, that was me.
Where'd that 45 Blakesley go?
Here, 45 Blakesley.
Oh, thank you, Arv. So then, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to find that hole right there, and you're just going to gently tuck this dural matrix in there. You can use this, often like a little ball probe looks really nice, and you tuck it there, and it is going to stop leaking at that point. And then you're going to place a little bit of glue over that, and then either that flap or, I don't know if my grafts are going to get done. I think my grafts are not going to be good enough, team. But otherwise, then that's where you then would go in and go ahead and lay that graft right over that area, and then place a little glue, and that's your CSF leak closure. Make sense? Beautiful. All right. Thank you.